Welcome to Ecstatic Yoga. I'm Grace. Welcome to this Yin practice with a focus on unconditional love. We are on week 8 of our yoga teacher training hybrid course. Sees my shirt looks pretty wrinkly. That's okay. And that's unconditional love. So anything that comes up for ourselves, we want to love ourselves unconditionally. Making mistakes, if we see a weakness, a strength, whatever it may be, loving ourselves unconditionally, whether we get it right or we get it wrong, we say the wrong thing or the right thing, it doesn't matter. This week is about, last week was radical self-love. The whole course, we're deepening our self-love. This week, we're deepening it unconditionally. So we're going to really pay attention to those times when the energy may be low, or things may not have gone the way we wanted, or we didn't, weren't right up to par with our own selves and our expectations, or we made a mistake, is to pour on this unconditional love and to think about how we want someone else to love us. And we want them to love us unconditionally. We don't want them to just love us just on the good days, but love all of us as a whole. Good days, the bad days, the ups and the downs, through the trials and the triumphs. So that's how we're going to focus this week, on loving ourselves. And this week, our niyama is tapas, which is self-discipline, self-control. It also means heat, to burn up inside anything that no longer serves us as we move through our spiritual path, our yogic path, moving through that in just burning up those things that are in the way of love's awareness, the awareness of the love that we are and is all around us. If we're seeing less than love, we have something we need to burn up. And this is going to be a gentle practice, so we're not going to be doing a heated practice or a practice of a tapas practice, but we're just bringing that focus this week with that niyama tapas, self-control, self-discipline, austerity, things that help us to be on our path, our yogic path. So let's begin by finding that nice comfortable seat, feeling those sits bones underneath us, and feeling that physical body for a moment, and feeling love for that physical body, for all aspects of ourselves. And this week, our single point of focus is pausing and listening. So we'll take a few breaks through the practice as we just pause and we bring our single point of focus to a sound that we hear. Or maybe there's no sound. We can listen to that space of no sound, or we can detect a very subtle sound, like the wind blowing, or the heater, the refrigerator running, something very subtle. And bringing that breath down to the belly and enter into some mindful breathing, some breath awareness, resting in that physical body, that Annamaya kosha. And we're moving this week into pranamaya kosha, the energy body. And so as we breathe into the belly, any breath practice or focus on the breath will trigger this prana body, our deeper awareness of it. It's always happening. It is a subtle body, so it's not something that we see. It's not physical. The physical sensory equipment can't feel it, but we can sense it. We can sense our energy level. We can feel energy moving through our body. We can feel that pulsation. And the more we practice, the more sensitive we get to this etheric, pranic body, the pranamaya kosha. And just settle into yourself, resting in this pranamaya kosha. And scanning the body, moving into pratyahara for a moment, noticing the inner aliveness. Resting your awareness in the heart, noticing the emotional landscape. With unconditional love, whatever is arising, be there for yourself. Bring it on. Don't push anything away. Allow yourself to feel fully with no judgment, just unconditional love. And taking a moment here to acknowledge yourself for being here on the mat, in life. This is not an easy undertaking, life in the physical as a human. Give yourself a pat on the back, some credit, some acknowledgement for just being here and having this experience, this human experience full of emotion, energy, sensation. It's not for the faint of heart. And take this moment now to set an intention for yourself. And releasing that intention with a this or better, this or better, this or better. And let's come into child's pose. You can open those knees and rest the belly inside. And feeling the sensation of child's pose, connecting with the heart, taking that pause. Maybe send a couple I love yous into your own heart. And beginning to move up into table. And bringing the hips forward into a gentle up dog. You can make any subtle movements if you like. And just flowing back and forth. Don't have to go all the way into child's pose unless you want to, but finding what feels good. Making some spontaneous movements that feel good for your body as you just move into some flexion and extension of the spine, nice and slowly, gently. Feeling the parts of your body that are connected to the earth, top, the thighs, the knees, the palms, tops of the feet. Keeping that breath flowing. Moving with self-love. If you like to use the Ujjayi, you can do that. And coming to a seated position. Bring those feet out in front of us. Let's bring the feet together into a Baddha Konasana. Clasping the hands around the feet. You can open them up a little bit like a book. And inhale as you lengthen the spine. Engage those bandhas and let's flap those butterfly wings. And you can even imagine you are a butterfly flitting from flower to flower, soaring up as high or as low as you want. Whole different world than when you were a caterpillar. Everything is transformed. The view, experience. And slowing those butterfly wings down, and let's land on a flower. Bringing the legs down towards the earth. Inhale, lengthening the spine. And we're going to hinge at the hips. We're not going to move the spine. Shoulders are back. And find your hinge. Find that gentle edge in your hinge. And let's take a nice deep breath. And your next breath, see if you can hinge a little bit deeper in the hips. And then allow the spine to round. You can bring the hands down to the floor. And find your forward fold, allowing that spine to round. Engage those bandhas and breathe. Resting in your heart. And one more breath. Then your inhale coming up. Beautiful job. Let's bring both legs out. Let's move into a double leg forward fold. Haven't done that for a while. Just take those feet and flex them. Feel the sensation in the legs as you flex your feet. And then extend and point them. Feel the different sensations, the different muscles that are triggered. And maybe the opposite, and the other. Aware of the sensation in your body. Maybe a little windshield wipering, however you want to do it. And flopping those legs around a little bit. However feels good. Just releasing and relaxing those legs. Beautiful. Before we move into that forward fold, let's tap that thymus. This immunity powerhouse inside of us that helps fight off any kind of cold or bug so that we can stay healthy. Beautiful. And you can bring the hands down to the mat. We're going to inhale as we lengthen. And if you want to bring the arms up on the inhale, extending the body. And then on the exhale, bringing the hands down to the heart and let's exhale forward. Feel that in the hips, the back of the legs. Find your gentle edge. Taking a nice deep breath here. And then on the next breath, coming into the forward fold, hinging a little deeper if you can, and then rounding the spine. And if you can reach your feet, giving them a massage, this unconditional love towards your feet, your body, this physical aspect, this physical expression, this blink of an eye lifetime. And forward folds, the invitation is to go into the heart. So sending yourself unconditional love into your own heart. Maybe some words of affirmation or praise, acknowledgement. And then on the next inhale, coming up. Beautiful job. And let's scoot to the front of the mat. Let's move into some spinal rocks. Bring those hands behind the knees and rolling back. A nice massage on the spine. All those erector spinae muscles along the spinal column. Activates the kidneys and the lower back. And eventually coming down onto your back. We're going to move into a supported bridge. You can use a cushion or a block or a blanket. And we're going to press into the feet and lift the hips and bring this block right on the sacrum. Feel that nice, feel the sacrum, feel those sits bones on the block. You don't want to bring it onto the lumbar spine. Beautiful. And then this is a nice supported bridge, bringing our back into a slight extension with no effort on our part. So I invite you to widen the feet, and if you want to rest the knees together and find a comfortable place for your hands and rest in several breaths for this restorative bridge pose. And remembering to bring that unconditional love in towards yourself, maybe word of praise or affirmation. Couple more breaths. And on your next inhale, bring those feet back hip width apart, pressing into the feet, lifting the hips, and coming out. Removing the cushion or the block, and then let's bring those knees into the chest, rolling, relaxing that lower back. Let's bring those legs up, and let's again flex and extend those feet. Noticing the sensations in your legs. Beautiful job. You can imagine here with the feet flexed for a moment, this beautiful waterfall of light and energy pouring over the feet and into your energy field, your pranamaya kosha, that energy body, that light body. Breathing into the belly as you receive this influx of light and prana. Beautiful job. Let's bring those feet down, knees up. Well, let's move into let's extend those legs out, move into a nice fish Matsyasana. Palms are down. We're going to bring the hands, palms down under the buttocks, and then snuggle those arms really close into the body, pressing into the elbows as you lift the chest and the head up off the mat, relaxing the head and resting it gently on the mat. A nice back bend in the upper thoracic vertebrae. And breathe. Next, inhale, pressing into those elbows, lifting that chest again and the head, straightening the body out and coming down nice and gently. And releasing the hands from under the buttocks and bringing the knees into the chest, rocking back and forth. And let's take this left leg out straight, coming onto that left side a little. We're going to move into our supine knee down twist. So you're going to take this right leg, bend the knee, and bringing it over to the left. Left hand can guide the leg over. Right arm is out, extended. And turning the head to gaze out over the right fingertips. And find your gentle twist, never forcing. This is yin, just in a nice, gentle, relaxed twist. And breathe. Can have that mala bandha, those bandhas gently engaged. And one more deep breath. And releasing the leg, coming back onto your back. And we're going to switch legs. Left leg out, coming up onto that knee. Right leg straight out, coming up onto that right side. Bending the left knee, bringing the left knee over to the right. Right hand guiding the left leg. And the left arm out 90 degrees, turning the head to gaze out over those left fingertips. Creating a twist in the cervicals, the thoracic, and the lumbar. Bringing energy into those organs, into the spine. And breathe. And one more breath here. And releasing that knee, coming flat on your back. And let's bring those knees into the chest, rocking back and forth. Let's bring the feet together in a Supta Baddha Konasana, wrapping the hands around the feet and gently pulling them in, feeling that opening on both hips. Engage the bandhas and breathe. And let's open those legs out. Feel a nice stretch on the legs. You can pull them in a little closer to the body. Nice and wide. And then bringing the legs together and pulling them into the body. And let's bring them out wide again. And let's bend the knees and bring those feet so they're facing the sky. And wrapping the hands around the outside edges of the feet and gently pulling them down towards the earth. Engage the bandhas and breathe in baby. And when you're ready, starting to roll around in your happy baby. Kicking around, feeling the sensations, connecting with those legs. And bringing those feet down, we move into our releases. Knees are up, feet are hip width apart. Let's see where that little bug went. Moving into your hula as you keep everything flat on the earth and swivel those hips. One hip goes down, reaches down towards the heel. The other reaches up towards the armpit. Releasing that lower back. And coming back to center, moving into some hip pointers. Just gentle releases for that lower back. To point one hip at a time. Opposite hip is rooted into the earth while one hip points. And the butt cheek lifts up just a little in a little tiny twist. And one more time on each side. And coming back to center. Let's move into cat, cow on the mat. First, cat as you press the small of your back into the floor, the earth, inflection, and then moving into extension as you arch that spine up off your mat. Your back may or may not be up off the earth, but the spine is arching up off. And moving back and forth, inflection and extension. Keeping the breath flowing, connected to the body, and this unconditional self-love. Feeling that prana body. And coming back to center. We're going to walk those feet to the wide edges of the mat, keeping the knees up. And drop one knee at a time in towards the center. Single knee drop. Noticing sensation. Feeling that unconditional love for the self. Wherever you're at, wherever you're not at. And one more time on each side. And coming back to center, bringing those feet together. Let's flop in those both legs to one side, lifting the top knee up and bringing it over, and the bottom following. And if you prefer, you can nice and slowly windshield wiper those legs. And one more time on each side. And coming back to center. Let's bring those knees into the chest, making any final movements or stretch or pose that you like before we move into Savasana. And as you get into your Savasana, find a nice comfortable position. The legs a little further apart than hip width, the arms outside the body. You can have the feet flopping outwards, the palms, hands up. Or find the most comfortable Savasana position for you as you let everything go. Relax the body into the earth. Let the earth hold the body. Release any muscular holding or tension. Relaxing all the systems of the body. Diving into deep relaxation as you allow this yin practice to integrate mind, body, and spirit. And I will bring you back. Taking a nice deep breath into the belly. Entering into that pranamaya kosha. And feeling the earth underneath you as you sense that Annamaya kosha, the physical body. Wiggling the fingers and toes, stretching out the body. And when you feel ready, coming over to one side or the other, mindfully taking a breath on that side. And coming up to a seated position. And taking this moment to first check in with your body, noticing the Annamaya kosha, the physical body, and this energy body, Pranamaya kosha. Even the Manamaya kosha and Pratyahara, just checking in with the emotions, the energy, your own self with great unconditional love, acceptance, appreciation. You are that one that is always there, Never abandons yourself. Never leave. And bring yourself back to that intention that you set, feeling those emotions that you feel. And releasing that intention with a this or better, this or better. And with namaste. I honor the place in you in which the entire universe dwells. I honor the place in you which is of love, light, truth, and peace. When I am in that place in me and you are in that place in you, we are one. Namaste. Please check out ecstaticyoga.studio for more information on our yoga teacher trainings and retreats. Wishing you a most beautiful and most blessed day. Namaste.